That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is most badass YouTube broadcast and Owl and Homeland, ladies and gentlemen. I'm C. Shot for the point man today. Vault, Jeff, how you guys doing?
Pretty tired. I ran 48 miles in the past 2 days, but I'm good.
Good for you. Good for you. I don't think I've ever done that in my life.
I did 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. It was great.
I don't think I could have done that when I was in shape. I'm not even kidding you.
It's a great time.
I couldn't have done that. Would you do that for charity or some horse shit?
No, just did it through work. It's called the David Goggins Challenge.
Who's David Goggins?
David Goggins? You should look him up. He's a good dude.
Well, I have you here. Who the fuck's David Goggins?
I actually don't know the complete backstory behind it.
You should look it under. You got caught.
Why fucking run for him, though?
I got him right. His boss probably made him. David Goggins.
That's exactly what happened. It was actually his birthday this weekend, and that's how we wanted to celebrate. All right,
we got to run for this guy.
It's
really great that I know nothing about. Fucking. What did he do? What did he do? Die of a heart attack?
That I don't know.
What did he do? Did he die of a heart attack when he's running? Ran too much?
No.
The David Goggins channel. Oh, okay. Here's the deal, dude. I got some information for you that really wouldn't fit in the news video. I'm not feeling terribly well. I'm kind of trucking along. I'm kind of out of it. I've actually been watching The Walking Dead and hanging out with my daughter. I feel like I want to take a vacation now that I know my vacation is canceled. Not going to the States. So I'm going to tell you all what I know about the H3 video. And unfortunately for Augie, he's going to further be embarrassed with the information that I have.
Nice.
If it wasn't bad enough, Augie, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. Augie, you'd never listen to me. I tell you all the fucking time. Don't say it unless you know. Fucking weasel out of it like everybody. Like I think, I believe. No, not Augie. Not Augie. I love him to death, but he's one of those. It's got to be true, guys, because you want it to be true. What do they call that? Yeah, he always knows.
I always know.
I got bad news for you, buddy. All right, and after this, we'll take calls. I'd love to hear from you guys. Keep me in this way. So, the H3 video. I am not going to go on. If you guys want to know my political opinion about everything that's going on, feel free to go to Twitter. This is not what this is really back. It's all about YouTube optics, so bear with me. h3h3 puts a video out last night appearing to support BLM, and it wasn't taken very well, which was tiny bit of surprise for me, considering, everybody and their brother is virtue signaling, mostly out of fear. Their asses off. Although, I got to be honest with you, I did not find Ethan's video to be a giant virtue signal. I thought he was sincere, which I think is the YouTube. That's what's giving him the YouTube problem. He put a video out, and he's entitled. I didn't find his opinions completely fucking insane. I don't particularly agree with all of them, but I'm saying, but he did do the obligatory. You know what he did? Oh, who's that fucking guy at Turkey Tom hates? Quitting reviews. He did the quitting reviews trick. Oh, first time being happy I lost subscribers. You know, that's the getting out in front of it. You know what this means? You're not happy, and I can prove it. This is
you're not going to please. You're not going to please everybody. So just be honest.
Yeah. You just ignore it. Somebody, you got to put out there. I'm okay with losing subscribers because I'm getting rid of all those alt-right scumbags. Every one of them. Get out. You're being purged. And it turned out to be fucking like 10K.
People are looking to criticize anybody for anything nowadays. Anyway,
and to show you how much that fucking Ethan doesn't care, let's go to Pitmaster Broda.
That is, Ethan. Those subscribers deserved your content. They did not. Now, 2,000 sponsors you need to lose next.
Okay, that bothered him so. That didn't bother him so much that he fucking blocked Pitmaster Broda.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he never cares. I tell you something. One of the going back on his meltdown with Leafy, and I'll get to that later. You know, Nick made a really good point about that. He does the Gokunar video, makes a bunch of good points, talks about, you know, there's some circumstantial evidence. I understand the way people feel. Leafy accuses him, wrongly I might add, of taking down his video, and he completely freaks the fuck out. So, you know, you got all the good points. You know, you sit there. He only said that I understand what the way people feel about me. There's some circumstantial evidence. I get it, but I didn't do it. And you can piss that all fucking way because the next time he gets accused, he completely freaks the fuck out. But unfortunately for Augie, Ethan had nothing to do with it. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. So hang on. So here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk about Ethan for. I watched the video, and it really just comes down to this. People are when he gets criticized for not doing his research and stuff like that. When you're doing a stream of consciousness radio show, podcast, live podcast, not all your opinions need to be fact checked. So in this way, I'm actually sticking up for Ethan. The problem with people they're having trouble dealing with that Ethan is not Vape Nation. Ethan is not the guy prior to 216. He's that guy. That's who he is. But what about Humongous and the Triggered Meat and going after feminists and seeing how ridiculous they were? It was a trend. He never believed it. He wasn't a part of that ideology. It's just like he says, he's a Democrat. You know, these are things that he believes in. And I didn't find his video that outrageous. Again, I disagree with it. But I mean, hey, that's fine. Like we can agree to disagree with life. This is YouTube optics. The problem Ethan is having is he's terribly snarky, not terribly exciting or entertaining on the spot, and people are watching that podcast with bated breath for that to happen, and it's never going to happen. And I got to be honest with you, it's not his fault. It's an easygoing, laid-back podcast. Thank you so much, Circuitry. You said it yourself, Tommy. It's not about what's true, it's what people think is true. You said it unbaited. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. What movie is that? Judgment Night. God, I love that movie with the dirty cops. Who is in that?
You can apply that to everything that's going on now.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Yes. No, it's not true, which people think is true. That's truly what counts. So what you're seeing really right now is I don't think this is like a mass exodus for him that has anything really to do with politics. I think people are coming to terms with the fact that Ethan, H3h3 Productions, is a podcast, not terribly exciting. And the Vape Nation stuff, the stuff he did back in the day, is never coming back. Ethan is an extremely snarky, annoying guy that's straight up his own ass all day, that has no problem virtuing, signaling, and preaching to other people on how they live their lives. And he doesn't have all his shit really kind of straightened out. That's who he is.
That's a common problem
the man.
with a lot of people now.
Yeah, and he ain't the only one. I don't hate his podcast. It is boring in parts. I don't hate it when he has interesting people on. I don't disagree. I think he's a little more level-headed than most people when it comes to issues that are not pertaining to his YouTube career. Or he gets a hate boner for somebody and, end up destroying the whole platform for everybody else. But it's just time for everybody to realize that Ethan is not that nice a guy. He's not who he appears to be. And he's really kind of showing it now. He's basically saying, yeah, fuck it.
Well, fuck, how long has that been a thing where, the behind-the-scenes thing where, like, people were saying, like, yeah, this guy's a fucking dick. How long has that been a thing?
I don't know. I met him. I thought I was impressed with. He was very bright. I thought obviously he's well spoken. I love his wife. I think she's that's the kind of wife you want. Somebody who supports you the way she does. Not too many people always go for the, they want to fucking marry a model. I'd rather marry a woman like that just sees things through. Those girls next door.
Part of his fuck all the time. Yeah.
Sees through nose, supports you, and gets, puts a foot in your ass. Yep. Like, let me tell you something. Most girls you marry, they just want you to fucking produce. There's not too many women out there that want you to create. They just want you to create money and raise kids. Somebody, you meet somebody who says, go chase your dream and I'll help you doing it. That's really nice. So I think she's the greatest. But I think Ethan is just way up his own ass in fame. And he's probably a lot more annoyingly... Not every liberal I know is annoying, but he is one of those annoying liberal knee-jerk stereotypes. Screaming at every fucking buddy when they wouldn't stay inside, you're a murderer! Ah! Yet now that everybody's protesting on something that he agrees with, he's dead silent about all the murderers. I mean, he's literally was shaming absolutely everybody.
Again, not the only one doing that. That's a much...
Just a matter of weeks ago, he was freaking out. It was just like, he was fear-mongering. He was almost as bad as Medicare. It was completely ridiculous. So just, hey, this is who he is. He's a petty fucking, he's just a YouTuber. That's all he is. I'm still going to watch his shit. I still like his wife. But stop expecting him to come out with the comedy bits.
Yeah, those days are gone.
Yeah, and who could blame him?
It's gone.
Who could blame him? They're risky. And how many guys that we know, like Turkey Tom or Willie Mack or all the creators that we love, Wavy Webster, how many times do we find out they got some bullshit claim?
Every day almost.
Yeah, every day. Some horseshit. Memology almost loses his channel for some hacker. I got some douchebag that's like this futuristic hub. Is he still in the chat? Hey, futuristic hub. You threaten my life and my family's life. You're one of the few people that I had to actually block on my my mail address. Yeah. And you want to know why? Because I quit Baited, and you told me I was a piece of shit, and to beg my way back to Keemstar. And now all of a sudden you've decided in that scrambled egg brain of yours that I have to somehow attack Keemstar, which I don't. You have no evidence that he put his hand on his wife. I'd be happy to, or his girlfriend. I've been around when he interacts with the family. He seems pretty normal to me. It looks like Woody's gamertag kind of ran his mouth about that shit and backed off. What was that? Just like last week, right?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Woody's
gamer had mentioned something scratching his wife's face with the keys. Well, that's either true or Woody's keeping it silent. He kept his mouth shut when it counted because I guess when it happened 8 years ago. I guess when it happened 8 years ago, that was worth keeping quiet. Look, maybe he did. I don't fucking know. But I tell you something, I'm not going to be forced to talk about it because some guy in my chat who, if he ever has a lucid moment again, I'll probably fucking bite a bullet considering how annoying he is to everybody around him. Fuck you, Futuristic Hub. Go suck a dick. All right. And to Leafy. Now this is, I have to be a little, what do you call it? I have to be a little bit careful about how I talk about this. I know h3h3 did not take down Leafy's video because I was involved in getting Leafy's videos back up. And here's the thing. I can't tell you about the channels I did or what I did or what have you. I was, and this is not an invitation. I cannot do this for everybody. I'll be honest with you. I probably can only do this for big YouTubers. Small YouTubers, get a P.O. box. P.O. box, no docs. Got it? P.O. box.
Smart move.
No docs. You have to have, if you're a budding YouTuber, if you have 10,000 subs, P.O. box, no docs. And even if it's less, then you get around it.
I would say if you're making a little bit here, let's P.O. box might be a good idea.
P.O. box, no docs. That's really what it is. So you can challenge these motherfuckers. You dox yourself, you're an elf. So I can look, the channels we went through, if this had come from a phone call from Susan, we wouldn't be able to get the videos back up. There's just no way. This is more than likely, although I can't say for certain, not because I can't say on this case, it's just because I don't know, but the most logical thing that Leafy and I talked about, and the person who was helping me with this, is actually a bot. Some kind of flag bot. We've seen them before. So, good news, everybody. Leafy's videos are probably here to stay. None of them broke TOS. None of them. Unless you really... wait, what does P.O. Box equal again? No docs.
No docs.
No docs.
Hold on. Everybody look. I'm going to do my best commercial. That's what I'm going to do right now.
Here we go.
P.O. Box, no docs. Remember that, YouTubers.
10.
There you go. So Leafy's here to stay. And we helped them out with this. And it just doesn't make any sense. A Texan redneck. Love you, Texan rednecks. I like country people in general. Even though I'm a bit of a Yankee. But I love the country. I country people in general, especially Southerners. Not so much the Midwesterners. They're a pain in the ass. But Southerners are great. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I like Southerners. Southerners are a lot more funny than you Bible belt hugging motherfuckers. Southerners are a lot more fun.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Well, I do declare. I found a channel where this guy prank calls an Indian scam caller. It's pretty entertaining. I'll send you a link. Have a great show. Mike the Bike, $5. P.O. Box. No docs. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, I think I might call it a day. So, think of something. I've given you all the information that I have. Augie can eat shit. I hope you learned your lesson.
All right, let's see how fast this show can go downhill.
All right. The Dark Master. Go. I am right.
Hey,
just talk to
I
me.
have to call you out on something you said in the last show.
What'd I do? Let me see.
You said pandas are bullshit.
Pandas are bullshit.
I mean,
fuck that
doesn't
panda.
change me. If you have not changed my mind.
it's
Pandas
not
are
their fault the Chinese can't spare a few bamboo and for them to live on.
Pandas are bullshit for even worse reason. No animal that doesn't want to fuck, but only once a year in like a 3-minute span when fucking during an eclipse deserves to be on our planet. The idea is to keep the species going, and these limp dick pandas don't want to make more pandas, so they should be gone. Get them the fuck off the planet. I know they're cute.
Wasn't that
and you know what? You can still make the fucking cute stuffed animals. Give them to your daughter. I like pandas for the daughter and all that stuff. But pandas are not an animal. They're not very good animals. And maybe, just maybe, we should stop fucking just dragging this thing on forever. It's kind of fucking annoying.
What do you mean? Do you mean like the giant pandas or the red pandas?
I don't know anything about it. Apparently they like to fuck. Red pandas. They're not having a problem. They want to make more pandas. You know, if you don't want to make more pandas, you need to get the fucking pandas out of here. Yeah, they're big bears. They're big dangerous bears that eat leaves. What badasses. Or bamboo or whatever the fuck they are. So pandas are bullshit. And they're stupid. And yeah, a lot of you saying, well, that's kind of a George Carlin bit. You're kind of right. But I actually agree with this, literally. I agree with this particular George Carlin bit. Inspired me.
How many times have we been over this? Like, you fuck that panda.
Pandas are bullshit. Pandas are carnivores that don't eat meat. Yeah, I know. Do they really belong here? They're not supposed to be here.
Then it's not a fucking carnivore.
They're like fucking Frankenstein. I mean, but cute. You know? I liked watching the pandas and as they watch them roll, but they're not supposed to be here.
They're fucking betas.
They're fucked up. Yeah, they're soy boys.
Yeah.
Ask one more question before you take me.
Yeah.
About like the whole riots. Do you think it's like weird that you can't even criticize the rioters without getting called racist?
Yeah, no, not at all. I think I don't. This is so far gone from.
If you don't post the black square, you're a fucking racist. And
well, the one that I saw,
you fucking hate cops. You can't.
The one that I saw is like, hey, white people, you need to start posting. I saw it in 60 Minutes. I read like,
fuck that.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do.
I mean, recently, a local Mississippi mayor in Petal got a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories about they're going to take my kids aside over here and brainwash them or tell. This is fucking horseshit. This is not. Nobody gives a. Fucking black lives don't matter. The Black Lives Matter. Red lives matter. That's what this is really about, in my opinion.
And lives don't matter.
This is This is about red lives. LeBron fucking James, who is literally has the intellect of a dirty wet sock. This cocksucker, all right, who's running his fucking mouth and telling everybody how to be, right? Talking about racism. Fuck you, you privileged cunt, all right? When it came down to people experiencing racism and abuse in China, you're fucking defending that shit. So I don't believe you give a crap about George Floyd. You don't give a crap about blacks in China who do get treated like shit. Like beyond anything that ever happens in America.
Don't know. I just think a bunch of these people that are, are going so far, die hard with it. Like they literally don't believe in anything.
Black lives don't matter.
Ask them why. It's like, cool. Why do you feel that way?
No. They want to know. I had nobody ask me. I don't care. Like people that are posting and are concerned about this. I'm not attacking them or anything else. If anything,
I know you're not. You're not.
I'm not attacking them. You have these opinions. If you notice, I didn't attack h3h3. I don't like being put through these spooky purity tests to check if I'm an ally. I'm not your fucking ally. I'm my own man and my own opinions and things of that nature. You're not going to fucking give your shit for me. I don't need your approval. I don't need to pass your test. I am an ally to civil rights, and I don't have to be a part of a racist organization like Black Lives Matter to prove that. And when I hear celebrities, like especially in the National Basketball League, like LeBron James, lecture absolutely everybody on American civil rights, which there's always room for improvement, yet not give a fuck that some fucking 12-year-old Chinese girl's making his goddamn show, not give a shit about Africans in China, and not give a shit about the Communist Party's long abuses, genocide in that country within the last 60 years. We're not talking about fucking 150 years ago. So I'm sorry. Black Lives Matter, I hear a lot of this. This is what white people need to do. Can you imagine if I got on here and I said, well, what do you think? Let's put it this way. Let's take a Ku Klux Klansman or a skinhead. If you talk to those guys, they said, well, how would you solve racial division? Well, this is what the colors need to do. That's exactly what Black Lives Matter sounds like. And I think that's racist. and I want no part of racism. Now, if that gets me called a racist, I certainly don't care because A, it's not true. I don't flip out over shit that's not true. And I know that it's a fucking cult-like thinking. Cult-like thinking creates chaos and madness, and that's exactly what we're seeing. I do think there are sincere people that want to see police reform.
Absolutely, and it's
want to see police reform. I know them.
The actual movement.
Real talk went to some protests and what have you. I know for a fact that he cares.
98% of us want the same fucking thing. 98% of us want the same fucking thing.
I don't believe that anymore. I think we have a lot of people that want absolute power. Defund the police, like that's a realistic thing. That's one of the goals of Black Lives Matter. What's that exactly replaced with?
What it's all about. That small percentage wants absolute power.
No. Look at the timelines. People are going hashtag Black Lives Matter. Like this is a group that's beyond reproach. That's not what they want. They don't want equality. They want revenge. And here's the simple fact. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning in the United States, no matter what the color of your skin is, than to be killed by a cop unarmed. And yet the homicide rate, something that's really concerning about the African American, is through the fucking... They don't care about that! Fuck you! Fuck you, Black Lives Matter. Red Lives Matter. This is a political movement. This is not about civil rights. This is not about fixing the police department. And let me tell you something. The police have put on a wonderful display on why some serious changes need to be made. But I don't have to make them.
Tons of changes need to be on that.
I don't have to make them. Oh, yeah, they're awful. The fuck cops are awful. I have a dirty secret. I'm not a big fan of cops. I think you know that.
Yeah.
I haven't treated people too well by cops either.
It doesn't take a lot of time to become a fucking cop.
No, I don't. I never really like, because especially after I was in the military, the lack of professionalism. All right. So it's, you know, I haven't been a huge fan, but I tell you something. I'm watching these protests, even the so-called peaceful ones. All cops are bastards. All cops are this. All cops are that. You sound like a bunch of stupid bigots. When I hear all is this and all is that, oh, God, you sound like my fucking racist dead grandfather. I'm not listening to you. I actually totally encourage people not to support Black Lives Matter, but if they feel so strongly, demand that these police departments are reined in. And by that, I don't mean cutting them, making them smaller, or eliminating them completely. That's just brain dead, because Black Lives Matter, they're the ones that want the fucking gun. And that argument's over, too. The Second Amendment fucking argument's over. Done. Finished. The government is not going to come and protect your burning building. It is 100% clear. They will allow your shit to be burned to the ground because they're afraid of being called racist. If you have a business, get an AR-15. Because they're not coming to fix. They are not coming for you.
Look at all the shit. Look at a bunch of the shit that's being destroyed. Where is it happening? Where's it happening?
It's not Bill Gates.
In places primarily that are heavy on their fucking gun
Let's get a different
control.
perspective on things. Do you want to pull up Diva and read a call?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Bye, Dark Master. All right. The very sweet and wonderful Diva. What's up?
Okay, so I'm not calling to argue or anything.
Okay.
I'm not
arguing with you. I'm not arguing with anyone.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'm coming in peace.
Why would I? I don't have any beef with you. What are you worried about?
I know. I'm just saying. Well, for everyone that's like listening, the audience, like I know Tommy, you know I'm coming in peace. I'm just saying everyone else that's listening, I'm coming in peace.
I thought your statements, and I think we're along the lines of H3. I think they're
that's
safe.
a lot of money, I guess.
I mean, unless I'm, I
don't think I'm playing it safe. I'm just speaking what I feel.
Fair enough.
I don't think I would disagree. I don't think I'm playing it safe. Like I speak my mind, you know what I mean? That's just how I am.
Fair enough.
You know, that's just the way I am. But I kind of wanted to call in about the h3h3 in his little video and why I don't give a fuck. The reason why I don't give a fuck about what h3h3 has to say is because he went on his podcast, went on a huge tangent calling a black man scary. And the video is is, Keemstar shared the video himself.
Oh,
so I really don't give a fuck. So that's one reason why I don't give a fuck. The second reason why I don't give a fuck about what h3h3 has to say about black people, because he decided to take Etika's dead body from the grave a week after his fucking birthday.
I ain't arguing with you at all, sister.
So he is the last fucking person I want to hear
that from. Yeah, I don't think he's got the place to do
You're
that.
not qualified. I don't want to hear from you.
Yeah, I know.
I liked what Logan said. I felt like it was sincere. I felt like he did a lot of research. I loved what he said. I loved what Keem said. I love what Phil DeFranco said.
Sure.
But H3H3, you cannot be having a platform where you sat there and you called a black man scary and threatening for several minutes.
Was it a joke though, or was it like? I'd say crazy shit too.
You can't be like going on and on. And he was like trying to, in the clip, he was like, Ethan, don't do this. Ethan, don't do this. Like he was like saying like, ooh, bitch. Like this isn't good. This isn't good. Like you can't do shit like that. Bring up a black man's body from the grave and show no apologies for it.
Yeah.
And then while the shit was really hitting the fan, all you were doing is like, I'm donating money. I want to talk about this Gokanaro shit. Where everybody on the platform has literally moved on. We no longer cared about him and Gokanaro. Like the Gokanaro video was 2 years ago. So like I said, Ethan, I don't care if you were sincere or not. I really don't give a fuck about your thoughts or feelings regarding black people. You can save it. Yeah. And if he lost 2,000 subscribers, I don't think it's because of that video. I think it's because he's an asshole.
I agree. That's my whole point. We agree on everything. I even made it a point that I don't think his views were. I don't agree with his views. All right. But yeah, I don't think they're so crazy that they don't that they're just completely off the mark. I mean, he's entitled to them whether they're crazy or not. But that's the other side of the argument. I'm making a different argument. He's making another argument. I'd probably make a stronger argument for cops. I'm not a lover of cops. He didn't say all cops are awful. He didn't say anything like that. I think that's fair. Once you get into that all shit, the only thing that I have issue with what you said is not exactly something you said. Logan Paul said the most dangerous thing out of all those people. I'm sure he meant well. I'm sure he didn't understand it.
What did he say? Like, tell me what you thought.
The most dangerous thing that he said, and this goes for across the board, it's not enough not just to be racist. You have to call it out. That is a frightening witch hunt scenario that I think BLM is pushing.
You know what? This is where I agree with you on it.
Yeah.
And like you and I kind of had a conversation on Twitter about it. Mm-hmm. I do agree with you on it, and this is why. Mm-hmm. People need to understand, and like a lot of people, and this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking for all black people. I'm just a black woman
speaking for you.
In America.
I got you.
And I'm just speaking what I feel. Mm-hmm. This is the thing about racism. It is taught, and it could be taught throughout generations, or it could be that generational taught for whatever reason. So we're talking about probably several families that have been taught this racist bullshit for like hundreds of years, right? Sure. Right, and I'm not exaggerating.
No, not at all. I have somebody in mind, by the way.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, I'm not exaggerating. Like this, this is like ingrained in the bloodline, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. You cannot take that ideology out of people. You cannot. You cannot do that. With some people, you can. Some people can be taught out of it. Some people you can't.
I could give you a perfect example. Some of the girls from the West Baptist Church, after the patriarch died, they started to wake up. Wait a minute. I get up every morning and I hate. This sucks. So the people can turn it around, but they
can, but it's not the same case for everybody. It's not automatic. It's not like you can have one conversation.
Here's the thing. It's legal to be a racist.
No, it's not illegal. You're 100% right. It's not illegal.
It's not illegal to be racist. So
my thing is that we're going to be in a position where we have people like Logan saying, you have to call out your family. You have to call out these people. And I sent the video to Dr. Chicago to forward it to you about a little girl that privately recorded her parents. And I think her parents lost her job, to be quite honest with you, because they were saying some really, really bad shit.
Awful stuff.
And it was clearly a private conversation. By the way, I'm not condoning what was said, but I'm going to make it clear we're allowed to have private conversations.
Yeah, and without your kids.
We're allowed to have
It's funny. I would ask that little girl, like, what did you? I mean, all right, you proved your parents are racist. What did you hope to accomplish with
What did you accomplish? Your parents are going to lose their job.
Yeah.
What did you accomplish? And you probably ruined your relationship with your parents the rest of your life. So literally, we need literally people that, and I'm really happy that we have allies speaking out. I'm really, really happy. But I'm not sitting here saying that you guys have to destroy your homes. That's not what I'm saying. No. The only thing that I personally want, and this is all I want, now that it's all out in the open, we can all see that we have a problem with the police force. Mind you, I have a viewer that I believe is from the Minneapolis Police Department or is very, very close by. I have a viewer that is in that police department. I have a friend whose husband is in the police department. So let me be very clear. I have no issues with the police. But with all this footage, we cannot sit here and say that we don't have a problem.
Oh, we definitely have a problem. And
we have a problem.
I actually wonder.
That's all I want is, I'm just glad that we can sit here and be like, okay, we have a problem, because let's keep it real. For years, people thought that black people were making this shit up.
There is some truth in that. Well, actually, I think what's happening too is I think more whites in recent years, especially. I know a story about a Marine who had a legal gun on him at Home Depot. They called the cops. Cops came in and shot him. And he was white as me. I think you're seeing a situation like with the criminal justice system in general, where people just getting fucking ripped off, being put in perjury traps and things of that nature.
Exactly.
Yeah, I actually had that conversation. It was a couple of years ago with Real-talk, and I was talking about these perjury traps that these Trump officials were in, and he mentioned like, well, this is going on for fucking black people for years. You know that, right? And it's like I'm starting to see it, and you're right. I probably dismissed a lot of it.
I'm glad we can have that conversation now, finally, that we have a problem. Also, another thing that and for me, and again, I'm speaking for myself, I am so happy that I'm seeing this footage of Antifa. I am so happy that I can see what they're really about.
They're red.
Because for whatever reason, I am so sick. Again, I am speaking for myself. I am so sick and tired of the Democrats trying to brainwash black people and trying to say that Democrats are not racist and the left is not racist and the rights are the racist one. No, motherfucker. You left fucks got a $49 plane ticket via Southwest and went to Minneapolis, and you went to black neighborhoods and you destroyed black businesses, and then you went with your fucking spray can and wrote Black Lives Matter to make black people look like shit. So for that, Antifa, you can always go fuck yourself.
I don't think I honestly
out of our neighborhood.
If it makes you feel bad, I don't think black people look like shit in that department. If you look at a lot of these,
I had to correct a lot of people on Twitter.
If you look at these riots, they look like the UN. They're not exactly, black folks. So the only place that I saw it was like black was in Houston, but everywhere else it seems to be pretty.
And
that's you, Tommy. But personally, I had to correct a lot of people.
Well, no, it's not just black people. I saw it on Vito's video. I saw it was Vito's video. It was a mixed crowd. Everybody was looking for an opportunity to break some shit, and they did.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that I'm seeing so many people, spread, the message and things like that. And that's all I'm doing on my Twitter. Is I'm not trying to be political. Yeah. Not once have I said you need to vote for this person. Not once have I said fuck Trump or things like that. I haven't said anything like that.
No, because you care about the police department putting their necks on black folks or any folks for that matter. So that's what I'm saying. I can't take these YouTubers seriously that kind of flip overnight. They're anti-SJWs and all of a sudden they're on this train. They have no principles. I don't really respect them.
Yeah, I'm just we have a problem.
Yeah, and I know Real Talk's really sincere about this stuff. We've had conversations like that. Some people know that I have a black uncle. I love to tell his story. It's pretty funny. And there is racism, and some of it's not as extreme as this. I have an uncle. He's from St. Croix, okay? And he was going to fix my dad's car. At the time, my dad worked at a very straight-laced, mostly white company, right? So when he told my uncle, he goes, I could work on your car after I got at work at noon. I was like, well, I'll leave the keys I'll leave the door unlocked and the keys under the mat. All of a sudden, my dad's having lunch. Some guy runs in and he says, some black guy just drove off with your car. I'm like, oh my God. My father got up and ran out. And everything, he forgot. It's my uncle. It's my uncle going to fix his car.
It's just like this whole situation just sucks. It just sucks. And I do understand where you're coming from, Tommy, saying
I don't want to be told. I'm not a bad person.
Like that, and people are turning this into political. Like I do absolutely see what you guys.
Yeah, that's my own thing. First of all, nobody tells me to kneel. Not figuratively or literally, period.
And that's ridiculous. And that's and me and you, we had a really nice discussion on Twitter when you were like, I think it's bullshit that people are trying to force influencers to speak out. I 100% agree with you.
I would say it wasn't. I'm not getting it from other influencers. I'm getting it from like randos. You know,
randos.
A lot of randos. So it's not that big a deal.
Random people telling influencers that you need to speak out.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you. Don't
I don't really need
anybody or force anybody to say or do anything that they're not comfortable.
Here's the thing: is like I don't think I really need to speak out because I think what I saw there in Minnesota was self-explanatory.
What am
I going to say?
Like it's not a debate.
Nobody's debating this shit. You know, and here's another thing: that place is Democrat from the top down. Former presidential candidate Amy Klobuchar that knew that guy had a bad record and wouldn't put him under investigation. So don't give me any of these fucking
that wasn't true, but I have to look it up. I still think she's a cunt, but I still have to do some research on that. Some people are saying that is true. She's saying it's not true.
She's saying it's not true. She was she was the district attorney over there. How the fuck could it not be true? The guy's got a record.
She said that she left.
Oh, really?
When that came on the table,
but he has a long record. He has complaints like through the fucking roof. This guy.
The police department is fucked. My viewer has told me several things that I can't repeat.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Let me tell you something. All the Democratic-run police departments when you get in areas where I live, where there's no political opposition, I'm sure it's the same way in a Republican area. I'm not just picking up.
I used to live by Middlesex. I know where. You
know where I'm from. You know how corrupt Edison is. You know how corrupt Edison is. Edison is one of the most corrupt towns in New Jersey, and it's a middle class /working class area. You know, one of the most.
I know. I used to live by.
I actually moved.
I know what you're talking about.
But I don't want to sit. I got to be careful with it because I don't want to give my parents.
I know. I'm trying to be careful too.
I don't know. I don't want to give my parents. I don't want to dox my parents. But let's say when my parents moved to Edison in 1998, right? The mayor that was there now, the last 3 mayors prior went to jail. You know, not the one.
Right?
Not the one. Yeah, like through the late 80s and 90s, they went to jail. That's how corrupt it is. So that has a lot to do with there's no political opposition in areas like that. So you get this kind of stuff. The Edison cops are 10 times worse than the Woodbridge cops, which are right in the border.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. 10 times worse than the Woodbridge cops. I mean, they were awful. I would be sitting, right? I'd be standing on the street, 21 years old, right? There's 2 or 3 cops living in my street having a cigarette, right? And this happened to me 2 or fucking 3 times. Where were you last night? I mean, you know, you really should have to question me. You should have something a little better than that, and you should be in uniform when you're talking to me. Just because I'm standing on the street, we had a bunch of fucking break-ins on the street, right? Mostly probably kids. But I mean, like, you're sitting there questioning me out of uniform. That's how these, and you know why? Because they can get away with it. They could do it.
Now who runs that? Who runs that area? Like
the Democrats.
Oh, Edison top down. I mean, Democrats.
New Jersey is
top
completely blue.
Yeah, almost except like Hunterdon County.
And to go on top of that, if you look at like all the shit that's going on right now, like where all the big police brutality is, where all the big fucking riots are, look at where they are.
They're all Democratic areas.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jeff. That's why I'm saying I love that Antifa is being exposed the fuck out of, because you know it and I know it. For whatever reason, the Democrats like to sell it to black people. Oh, we care about you. Oh, we care about you. No, the fuck you don't.
No.
You just want.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Just want us to get out of our ghettos.
Yeah.
To go vote for you. For you to keep us in the ghetto.
You know what's
Shut
really?
The fuck up.
If Antifa were to get their way,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tom. But like one thing that's really irritating.
No, I don't care.
Do you know that my timeline is being like bamboozled with turn Texas blue, turn Texas blue? That's why it's so difficult to believe in what I believe in, because it's like Texas. This is your solution. Your solution to all our problems with police brutality is to put Biden in. That's your solution.
Yeah.
When fucking Biden went to the Breakfast Club and told a black man he wasn't black. This is where we are. So
Yes.
I'm so sick of the left.
I'm gonna shine a little more. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind.
Give me my goddamn police reform, because whoever the fuck's in the White House isn't doing their fucking job. And that piece of shit Mayor Jacob, he's the most, like, he is such a soy boy. Like, if you want to know what the definition of a soy boy is, look at that fucking
Nobody
mayor.
respects
this
kneeling.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Went to a fucking rally where he knew that they were going to say, say you're going to defund the police, which, by the way, I'm against defunding police, because what will happen is, if there's no police, there's more Antifa that's going to destroy more black neighborhoods, going to burn more black apartments like they've done already. I don't want that. I want reformation.
Yeah.
So
do I.
So the mayor's going in there, and he's like trying to be with the people, and they're like, "Oh, say you're going to defund the police," and the mayor's like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And then they told him to go home.
They scolded, and he walked away like the bitch that he was.
Yeah,
he got like the walk of shame, like Cersei.
I know.
Yeah, like
I know. He was like a child, like he was a little boy.
Shame.
It was embarrassing. I'm like,
I know it was embarrassing. Can you imagine being a man and being treated like that? I mean, nobody here's another thing. I want to get this out. I'm dying to tell you this, all right? Democrats need the black vote to get a president in there. They absolutely need it, and they want to encourage blacks to vote for them. Here's the thing: if they don't need the black,
where they fucking are.
if you shut up, I can't get this out. If Texas goes blue, that pretty much guarantees that the presidents for the rest of my lifetime will be Democrats, okay?
Yeah.
If they don't need your vote anymore, how high are you going to be in the list?
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn
if Texas is turned blue, they don't need blacks anymore. You will be kicked out of the car like the coronavirus.
Exactly.
Yep.
Then what's the use? What like, if they turn Texas blue, I'm no longer needed. You're 100% right.
What do you need it for? You know, the Mexicans right. And anybody who came from South America just did your job for you. And now you have no influence.
Yeah, like in the past, I would have been so happy. Oh, Texas turned blue. Yes, bitch, work. Like, I would have been so happy a couple of years ago. Yeah. So happy. But 2020 me, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because I saw what they did with the DNC election, how they cheated and got Biden in. Yeah. We have, and Biden doesn't give a damn about black people. I don't give a fuck if black women suck his cock. I don't give a damn if Joe Biden sucks black dick. I don't give a fuck if Joe Biden gets pegged by a black man. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust him.
I think Joe Biden thinks he's a slice of bread. I mean, I really don't.
I don't trust him, and he tongue kisses his granddaughter or daughter. Like, it's disgusting. I just don't want it. I don't want it. That's just my personal opinion.
All right. I'll let you go, Dave. I know you're upset, but we really don't disagree on very much.
I didn't want to fight. I just,
20 years ago, I had been a liberal. With my views. It's just the left is so insane right now, and they're so far off the mark that people like me sound conservative, and I'm not a conservative. I'm not really conservative in almost any way, but I do believe in laws, and I do think they should be followed. And I do think the police should be held accountable. But I think it's disproportionate to burn our cities down and have it spread to Europe. It's spread over here to Berlin, by the way. They came over here. They're doing crazy stuff in Berlin at night.
Oh yeah, I saw there was like protests there. I was
there
like,
was more protests,
having like the best time ever.
Little burning too. But I did notice they're staying out of the Arab neighborhood in Berlin because those Arabs are just gonna beat the ever living shit out of those Antifa.
Yeah, they don't fucking care.
They don't give a shit about this.
Let us go to work.
Yeah, there's a really tough neighborhood in Berlin. I forget what it's called. And Tommy, check your Twitter. Yeah, I think I saw that. It's white guys kneeling. I don't. I'm not going to show that because it's just rage bait. I've already said that I'm not kneeling. I think most sane black people that are not in the Antifa, that don't support those crazy things, don't want to see me kneel. I don't think that. I think that's another problem too. When you see all this crazy shit, like with getting screamed out for white privilege and screamed out for for kneeling and all this other stuff. Those are crazy people. Normal, everyday American black folks don't want to see that. They might want police reform. They don't want you to get on your knees. And nobody wants to see it. Because getting on your knees is what you make an enemy do when they're humiliating themselves. That's why it was. If you ever watch Walking Dead, what does Negan do?
Yeah,
he makes everybody get in their knees. That's what bad guys do.
It's submission.
Yeah,
it's submission.
It's submission. I'm not submitting. I'm submitting. You know, here's another thing too. Let's go back to the calling out people stuff. If I see somebody get being racially attacked or something like that, or I see somebody being treated unfair. I'm not talking about words. I'm not talking about people saying racist shit. Yeah, I do think you have a moral obligation to stick up for people in that situation. Absolutely. Yeah, I do think. But call out culture is cancel culture, and that ain't me. And it's never gonna be me. And I promise you that. Call out culture
it's
is
just
cancel
like,
culture.
my thing is that I'm not sitting here trying to put all white people in a room and have a discussion on why they shouldn't be racist. That's just not my thing.
You know, a lot of us have black and white folks in our family, too. We don't hate them.
I said this on Twitter. If you have a racist mammy or a papa or a mama or a bubba, just let my black ass know and I'll stay the fuck away. Just let me know.
Yeah.
I won't break bread with you. You won't get my collard greens. You won't get my chicken wings. And we can't drink big red together. You don't get my fucking
I want to
shit.
go. I want to go to your. I love your cooking already.
Tommy, you can.
I'm not stupid.
That's a lot of money,
I'll cook for you, Tommy, but I'm not cooking for the racist papas, mamas.
Well, you know,
bubbas,
another thing, because me and you,
I'm not doing it.
A lot of us have interracial families, and you know, we love our black uncles and our white uncles and stuff like that, and nobody wants to see anybody kneel. That's horse shit. It doesn't help anybody. Let me tell you, if you got down on your knees as a white person to make some kind of thing for this, what is that worth next time some poor black guy gets killed by a white cop? It's not going to make a difference.
Somebody on Twitter where, and this happened in Louisville, Kentucky. There was a random shot at the cops, and instead of the cops taking cover and trying to figure out who shot him, they just randomly shot out in the open, and they killed the guy that owned a barbecue restaurant that used to give food to cops for free.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was talking to my friend who her husband's a cop, and I was like, do you know how pissed I would be if I was in the police department? Like, I would beat the living shit out of that guy, because that guy just like killed their fucking lunch, their dinner. That guy probably had the best barbecue sauce, the best brisket, the best everything, and your dumbass fucked it up.
Well, I have noticed that mostly minorities have been killed in the riots. Cops and minorities. I haven't seen too many just like
there's a
white guys
that
get killed.
Retired cop in St.
It's
Louis
mostly.
Oh, that was awful, and no one
a
talked about
cop.
it. That was awful. He was a retired officer. He was 76 years old.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
He's a hero. Was what he was. Yeah,
it was sad.
I wish he just stayed. I just wish he would have stayed out of it. He could. I know what happened, because once you're in that job, you're in that job for life. Long after you retire, he couldn't stay away. I wish he's
trying to do the right fucking thing.
I wish he would have just said, "Fuck it, let him take it," because that ain't worth it. Nothing you can do.
Not in his blood, though. He's going to do what's right.
Nah, blood. Yeah, see, he's a cop. He ain't gonna do. He's a good cop, and he wasn't gonna let those guys get away with it. But it's too damn bad. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling. And we don't disagree on very much. We're definitely on the same page.
Okay. Well,
all right,
thank
sweetie.
you for having me.
Always.
And then,
you're the sweetest.
all right. You guys have a good day.
All right.
You too.
Take care.
All right.
Do you?
I'd like to point a couple things out here real quick too. Are you aware of what happened on Blackout Tuesday?
Well, the bald thing that 4chan did, I thought that was funny.
No, Hillary Clinton's appeal to not testify got rejected, so she's gonna have to testify for fucking emails and the Benghazi shit. So wait till the second wave of Corona comes around, because I bet you that'll happen right when that trial starts.
The Corona thing.
And then the riots will get fucking worse. Just you fucking wait.
I've seen medical professionals go online and sit there with a straight face and say these group protests probably won't add to things. When they were pissing and moaning when those fucking handful of network rednecks brought their AR-15s over to Michigan, and nobody got killed as far as I know. I mean, it is really unbelievable that now the Corona is no longer the threat there is. I mean, if your state is not opening, with the possible exception of New York, because that was hit really bad, but if you're in Maine or Michigan or any of these other states, blue states, that are not reopening but allowing these riots, they're doing it on purpose. They want you to lose their job, so you vote for somebody else because the economy was fantastic right up until March.
You can throw the tinfoil hat on my head all you want, but it's
not tinfoil at all. There's no reason to keep it closed at the level they're keeping closed. Now, there are some exceptions. I think New York would be an exception. That's the one place where we got, Italy'd. We had Italy's in Spain. We had Italy's in fucking France over here, and they're reopening.
What was the demographic of the people that got killed by corona?
Mostly terribly old. Oh. And something
terribly old.
10% of the death came from fucking New York itself. And the biggest difference between New York, and this is on Governor Cuomo, he's going to have to answer for this the rest of his life. I don't want my mom to, I don't want my mom to die, Cuomo. He, in his infinite wisdom, or his bureaucrats that he couldn't stand up to, put fucking coronavirus in nursing homes. Coronavirus sufferers in nursing homes. That may account for up to 10% of all the death in this thing. That's just unbelievable. What a shock! Another blue state. Move to a blue state. Go to a place where they don't have cops. See how you fucking like it. Because it's obvious that Trump doesn't have the political capital to pull the Insurrection Act. So maybe we just let these places burn. Everybody move out. And let them all take care of each other.
Also, did you know in 2017 that fucking Fauci said that that this administration will face some global pandemic?
I don't know. Whatever. That's.
Now
we're going tinfoil. Now we're going to tinfoil.
Yeah.
All right, let's take some other calls and get out of here. Mormon guy here on the air.
I'd encourage you to read it.
Mormon guy?
You're fucking it up.
What do you got, Mormon guy?
One is I want to say, like, with H3H3, I think it's the same thing with, I used to listen to Mike and Mike in the morning on sports shows.
Mm-hmm.
Would not shut up about Colin Kaepernick for like a month.
Yeah.
Even though there were other sports happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to stop listening to it because I was like, I'm not.
You're not getting sports, you're getting politics. Well, politics is to Rush Limbaugh. You can go to MSNBC, I don't know. I think this idea that Colin Kaepernick all warned us and we didn't heed his warning. Colin Kaepernick was hurting the bottom line for the NFL. That's it. That's all it was. He was preachy. People don't like to be preached at. I don't believe if everybody like what if they were all kneeling on the NFL? I mean, in what job can you express your political views freely? I'm not familiar with that job. Where can I fucking go? Like, what job can I do where I can worship Donald Trump every morning, or where I should allowed to be? Colin Kaepernick
to get preachy.
Colin Kaepernick was losing the NFL money because the fans do not think that's the proper place to express your political opinions. So Colin Kaepernick didn't warn us of anything. I don't really even think he wants to play football anymore. I think go
listen to a Stephen.
He's
A.
in the
Smith
race hustling business.
He breaks that down perfectly.
Yeah. And Stephen A. Smith, a black man, agrees with me. He thinks it's horse shit, and this is just a show. He don't want to play ball.
He didn't want to play.
He didn't want to play to begin with. And
Stephen A. Smith, if he wanted to play, he'd be on a fucking
Stephen
team.
A. Smith's his own man. He'll take bullshit if he doesn't. And he's very left leaning and very much supporters of black issues. Definitely. In a blue way. But, he called bullshit when he saw it, so I respect that. Damn it, Tommy. Go to the Donut Operators channel and watch the latest video, like 9 minutes long. No. I'm sorry. I can't do that in the middle.
Own time thing.
I got to get these calls in, buddy.
Yeah, own time thing. That'll be an offline thing.
Yeah, if they if they were all kneeling, that shit wouldn't have happened in fucking Minnesota. Of course it would have. It's a corrupt police department. Mormon guy, what else you got?
Well, that's why I'm kind of pissed off at old media right now. Like, because I don't want to listen to this. Okay, coronavirus made it so people don't have content, and now the only content is political, and it's horrible. I hate it to death.
The whole thing's a political move.
Yeah, everything's red lives matter. Black lives don't matter to Black lives matter. Red lives matter.
And I think
it's all a political move.
It's all red. Yeah.
The only last thing I want to say about the H3, like his reaction to the Gokinaru thing, is my biggest complaint is that it was very produced. It wasn't authentically like, and I get why he.
Hold on a
produced it.
second. Hold on a second. Running Riot. It's not a dumb take. The guy had an opportunity to play, and he started changing all the rules of his tryout. He doesn't want to play because if he's played, he's no longer a victim. You have to be a victim when you're a race hustler. It's not a dumb take at all. And Stephen A. Smith made it a lot better than I did. He wasn't serious about football. Football is full-time, 24/7. He wants to be an advocate. Nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine.
No, not at all.
But if you're playing football and you're successful, you can't be a fucking victim because you're a multimillionaire. You have a dumb take. Go ahead, Mormon guy.
Plus, his girlfriend called the owner of the Ravens a slaveholder. So I don't think you can't call your
called, yeah, you called. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I'm a slaveholder. Okay, fine. Go work somewhere else. Fuck you. You can't say all these fucking horrible things and expect people to fucking swallow
There you
it.
go. Link to Stephen A is in the chat right now. There you go.
See, go check out Stephen A. He said he wasn't serious about it, and I think he believes with Colin Kaepernick's stance. But Stephen A. Smith is a sports reporter. He does sports, and he's telling sports fans that this guy's not a serious person, at least when it comes to football.
And now he's also saying it's a dumb take. Go fucking watch the video.
Running Riot's an idiot. He just does that to be an idiot.
Fuck.
Running Riot. The Running Riot is henpecked like me at home, and he does what his wife fucking tells him, and this is way to blow off steam. Let Running Riot blow off steam.
Have fun.
Let him.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, I actually really like Running Riot. He's one of the nicer people I know. He's just.
He is.
He's actually
He drives you fucking. He drives you fucking insane.
berserk.
Well, I mean, like, whenever he calls in, he's fun. But, like, in the chat, he's fucking annoying.
I know. He comes in, he's smartly
It's
sensible.
weird. It's so weird.
He's got to blow off steam. His wife's yelling at him to fucking clean the toilet. Let him do it. All right, Mormon guy, take care. I'm going to take two. I'm going to regret this. Ape Man here on the air. Ape Man. Hello?
Oh, wait. I heard something. I heard a pulse.
Hello, I can
You're
barely
very,
hear you. Your
very
mic
quiet.
sucks.
Oh, that's so weird. There's something wrong with my mic.
Well, say something real quick, and I'll let you go. I'll answer it.
All right. So there's this weird glitch with Instagram a few days ago. I don't know if you saw it, but like every post was coming up as black.
I knew. I got you before you did it. Let's put serious people on because I want to go to bed. Leader, you're on the air. I know where that was going. I know where that was going. We got him. Leader, you're on the air.
How are you doing today, Tommy? Can they like these big social media like protests that are organized, Black Lives Matter, all of them? I'm like starting to like doubt.
Yeah.
There can be these sort of like mass organized protests, and for it not to turn into a complete shit show.
I don't
like,
believe that.
The rioting,
I don't believe that.
burning.
No, I mean,
like,
that. I think
there's peaceful protests.
I don't believe that.
That doesn't sell.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, sure, but are they like this size? And because you've got like you've got grifters that come in.
Well, first of all, there is something to be said that people are fucking legitimately pissed off. So the odds of that go through. It doesn't excuse it, but the odds go up. I really think had this happened and no coronavirus, the only way we'd have saw a riot is if these guys weren't convicted. I really believe that. Most of the riots are very young people. They've been stuck in the house for 2 or 3 months, and they were looking for something to get pissed off at, and then it became kind of a fad, and that just bang. And that gives, far left groups like Antifa who want to fucking throw
perfect
who want to overthrow the government in some ways, or not even just Antifa in general, just the far left in general. And I think for some reason BLM is considered liberal, not far left. They're far left racist to me. So it just gives them a lot more opportunities. It pushes BLM closer to the center, and people are a little more willing to listen to people that would be an let me say Antifa types rather than, because I don't know what their involvement is personally. I don't know. I don't know exactly what their involvement is. So look at it this way. Look at it this way. If you're a white guy and you get mugged by a black guy, okay, and it's probably going to piss off everybody in your family and friends and you're probably going to turn it into a racial thing and what have you. That's anger. It's understandable. It doesn't mean you get to go around beating up black people after that, though. But that's what's happened to the left, and you don't have a lot of people saying like this has got to stop. You don't have certainly CNN, MSNBC saying this is disproportionate. They'll lie to your face and tell you they're mostly peaceful protests. They're not. They're not peaceful protests, and the goals of the some of the instigators are really, really extreme. So I think it's a combination of being locked up, people losing their jobs, seeing that and saying "fuck you" and losing their minds, and then the rest of them are just like, "Hey, it's a good time to get a pair of sneakers." That's all that's happening here.
Yeah, like Jake Paul.
Let's not forget. Yeah, like Jake Paul. Exactly. Jake Paul did it for a fact.
Did you see that soccer player that got released from his team because his wife posted something?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
that's
his wife posted a video of a lady running out with a pair of Nikes, and she just put above it, "Black Nikes matter." Yeah,
Tommy, these protesters are kids. They don't have real jobs and shit. Yeah, I got that vibe too. I mean, it's tough to tell when you're looking at it.
They contribute fucking nothing.
Yeah. I like, we built this country, and they didn't. You can't even you're not paying any rent. You don't get to say you built this country.
You don't do fucking shit.
You don't get to say you built the country when you live with your parents.
All goddamn day. You don't produce a fucking thing. You are useless.
Yes. Useless. So I don't. But I do want to say there are, I think what Diva's probably trying to get across the most is there's people like her that want to reform, saying they want an open conversation, and it's being overshadowed by the madness. 100%. And you know what? I want these cops reined in too. I want these guys reined in.
We all fucking
I want them to get a fair trial, and if they're guilty, I want them convicted. And just the fact that I don't pull an Augie and say they're guilty without a doubt or hang them from the highest tree or anything like that doesn't make me a bigot or a bad guy. It makes me sane, because chaos is always dangerous. It always makes things worse.
You want to see more chaos? Watch what happens when they get off.
What?
Oh yeah. That's it. If these guys,
I don't think they had the second.
I hope to God they don't.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know what. I think it's going to be a battle of the medical examiners in court. That's what it's going to be about. They're going to say he had a pre-existing condition, and we were trained to put their fucking foot on their head. They're going to say, no, we were trained to put our knee in this situation, and they're going to turn around and say, no, the medical report says she's asphyxiated, and you put their foot on the knee on the fucking throat, the knee on the back of the head for a short period of time to get cuffs on. I seem to remember doing that in the Army. The knee on the throat, I've never heard of. And standing there for 8 minutes, that I'm not familiar with.
I think it was closer to 10, but
10 minutes. I'm not familiar with that.
More than enough fucking time. There was.
But yeah, if you put the way I would understand, like you get a guy for the legs, guy for the middle, you put knee on the head, you lock the chain, and you pick him up.
What do you guys think the two officers that were helping to hold him down were doing during all of this? I mean,
not giving a fuck and not thinking anything could happen to them. That's what I think. I'm not. See, the thing is, I have issues. I don't like to express them because I don't like that I don't like doing that old. I have this thing with public school teachers because I've been wronged by them, and I've said some horrible things about them. I guess it's my own bigotry showing. Because I have been treated wrong, but you have to remember, not all public school teachers are horrible, and as much as I think I may have suffered under them, you really can't do that. So you got to hold that. You got to hold that standard to everybody. I got mugged by some Mexican kids in Monterey, California. You can't go through your whole life hating Mexicans or cops or whatever group or teachers or whatever your bigotry lies. It doesn't help the situation. Teachers don't get better, cops don't get better, and ethnic groups don't get better just because you hate them. It doesn't really make things happen. So you try to control your bigotries, and even if you've been a victim of it, and you try to do it the right way. And I don't think rioting is the right way. But hey, and I don't think there's any fucking excuse for it. I tell you something, if I were in the States now, if you are not thinking about getting a gun, I think you're nuts. Nuts. Because the government, if they're coming down to burn down your livelihood, and I've never encouraged people to buy firearms for. They are going to let your place burn. They're going to let your fucking family get killed. They're going to do whatever they got to do. The Second Amendment debate is over. It is done. It's done. It's done. They're not. And a lot of these. If you listen to some of these, far left Antifa, they're not anti-gun. They're anti-you having a gun. Period. Well, we want sensible gun control. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Sensible gun control. Give me a fucking break. You want control.
I have a very good video explaining how gun control goes. Brought to you by SpongeBob. There you go.
No. Guns won't stop people. Everybody when guns with everybody going in the street running riot, you don't make any fucking sense. Now, see, that's the thing. That's where you get stupid statements like running riots just said. Well, a gun wouldn't make a difference in our government, but we shipped them to fucking Syria to fight our enemies. Yeah, sure. Small arms don't work.
If you'd like to see how gun control will go, there's a nice that SpongeBob video for you. It's a very good video.
Oh, I don't want to watch SpongeBob. It's fucking.
Great. You will enjoy it. I think we need to see this. I think everybody in the chat wants to see it.
Let's see. Liberals, okay, criminals, conservatives. No. All right, here we go.
That thing would never protect you. It's downright puny.
Trust me, it's fine.
See, it is too small.
Not if I crouch down. I mean, you didn't even give me a chance to crouch down. See? Down here, I am perfectly...
exposed.
Would you two please stop throwing snowballs?
See, that's not even their argument. I don't believe in the ignorant liberal that doesn't understand that if the people don't have the guns, the criminals got the guns. I think they don't have a problem with the criminals having the guns, and they just don't want you to have guns, so you can't speak up to them.
The point being that fuckfaces are gonna have guns regardless.
Yeah, well, yeah, the bad guys are gonna have guns regardless. It's the good guys having the guns. And here's the thing: you got a right to use deadly force to protect your livelihood. Period. It's a human right. And clearly, the government is too worried of taking a political loss or not getting reelected than to protect your house and/or business. And next time, it's going to come to the suburbs, folks. These people think they can move this train into the suburbs. They will do it. I promise you.
Go ahead
and
try it.
Bad guys. Bad guys. Learn, train yourself. Get efficient. Put that gun where it's safe. And get ready to fucking use it when these guys come to your house, because the cops ain't coming. They're not coming. Antifa's not coming to protect you. They're coming to burn your shit down. And it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Get that shit. Get trained. And have it there just in fucking case. Because, your neighborhood gets a reputation, everybody on the street's armed. It's going to be a little tougher to want to go and riot. You have every right to use deadly force, at least in the United States, to protect your livelihood. It's built into the Constitution. Don't fall for bullshit about sane gun control laws. That's not what they want. That's not the goal. Everybody wants sane gun control laws. That's not what they're lying. So, the Second Amendment, we saw the riots. The Second Amendment debate is fucking over. Have a nice day. What do you got?
I actually agree with you. I'm a person who would be like, yeah, the US could use some gun control, and then this happened, and
nope.
I completely 100% agree with you, Tommy.
No, they're not coming. They're not coming to protect your place.
How?
You can't. They're not coming. How can you can't do it? This is why. Well, here's the thing. I wonder about radical Islam types in Europe, and they're watching what happens over in the States. It's like, well, they're not shooting looters. Americans ain't gonna do it. These Euros ain't. Let's fuck some shit up. They ain't gonna do shit.
Let's go get some TV.
And Europeans have no roof Koreans. Fuck that. Chicago Latin. I saw me and Jeff saw the Latin Kings. If anybody gets a hold of that, I don't want to put that video up, but these guys, it was a black guy. From what I could tell, it looked like a black guy and a white guy. I mean, they said they were Antifa. I don't know. I guess they were vandalizing cars in a Latin King fucking gangland. All they did was just open fire. It was just like, oh, pop, 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 pop.
You're coming in their shit. They're gonna
imagine being a white kid, some cul-de-sac jerk off, go into a minority neighborhood and start spraying paint BLM over these fucking working class and poor people's cars, and the place is completely gang ridden. I mean, it's a little tough if you get smoked. It's a little tough to feel sorry for you. Makes it very difficult.
If you're gonna be a piece of shit, it's kind of hard to empathize with you.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, look, there's a lot of blame to go around. Cops don't fucking look good on my timeline. I wouldn't say the protesters don't look good. Protesting.
There's piece of shit cops.
If you're protesting, you're protesting. I got no problem with that. If you're, being a hooligan or stealing sneakers, no, that doesn't look too good for the movement either. In fact, my favorite one was that CNN guy. The fucking building's on fire behind him. Well, it's been mostly peaceful today. Get the fuck
The building has literally exploded behind you.
It's like that scene in Naked Gun. Nothing to see here, and the fireworks factory's on fire.
Yeah, everything's fine here. We're here in Minneapolis.
Don't see here.
And those loud cracking noises. Someone's making some popcorn in the background. All
right, I think I had enough of this shit. I'm ready for regular YouTube drama. I'm done. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this. But I do definitely wish for peace. I hope people get a hold of themselves.
Absolutely.
I hope the criminals are held accountable on all sides. And we've been through riots before. We're a pretty tough country. I think we can get it right. At least get some semblance of normal. But if it comes down to it, you might have to fight for what you're used to. Your liberties.
We've done it before.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I highly
we've done it before.
Highly encourage you guys to protect yourself, because nobody gives a fuck about your business. These politicians, they don't give shit. Doesn't really probably matter too much if they're Democrats or Republicans. Protect your shit. Gun sales are, I thought Obama was the best gun salesman. It looks like the riots are. The Second Amendment debate is fucking
also
over.
A good killer of viruses.
Yes, and Dex, yeah, permanently. Gonna watch
until it comes back.
Feel better. Thank you very much. I'll see you all tomorrow. I hope there's some good stuff going on, because I'm sick of this shit.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Bye-bye.
Bye.